How's it going, family? Welcome back to the channel. I wanted to make a video to give an example of where I believe Saitama, the token price, is going to be going in the future. Now, I don't have a crystal ball, nor am I a financial advisor, nor am I a psychic. We can only use past history somewhat to give us an indication of where we may go in the future. Now, before we do that, let me remind you to go ahead and like this video because it will really help YouTube get the word out about our channel and this video. Also, please go ahead and subscribe with your notification bells turned on. That way you will always be notified when we put out content. Is that all right? Thank you so much, family. Thank you. All right, now let's get into this, guys. So, what I wanted to do to set up this conversation today is to take a look at Saitama. Now, this is full disclosure. This is looking at only the V2. Again, I repeat, only version 2, because we don't care about version 1 anymore. That's in the past. We've passed that. We're no longer a meme project. We are Saitama. Simple as that. Not Saitama Inu, none of that. We are Saitama, which is version 2. Now that we have that out the way, guys, this is showing you the chart here on Dex 2s, showing you where Saitama launched here back in June. We saw a price pump all the way up. We almost killed a zero and went to about a penny in terms of price. The price retraced down. There were some sell-offs. And as you can see over the course of the next couple of months here, the price has been on a downward trajectory, a downward trend, a bearish sentiment. It's not just Saitama that's showing that bearish sentiment. Guys, we're just going to keep it real here. We don't sugarcoat anything. We're just going to state the facts and stick to the facts. And we're going to be objective in everything we say. So I say that out of sincerity and directly from my heart. But we need to discuss this. So yes, Saitama has seen some bearish sentiment, has been going down in price. Now, the caveat I want to put there is the fact that it's not just Saitama. It is the whole market as a whole. I'm not going to show you the market. You can go to CoinMarketCap and see it for yourself. But it's not a secret that we have been in a bear market for quite some time now. In fact, we are in a technical recession. Despite what the federal government may tell you, the definition of a recession is 2 consecutive negative growth quarters of negative GDP. So let me restate that. 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP growth. As simple as that. That's it. So we are in a recession. Now, when you are in a recession, people more than likely do not feel comfortable investing into cryptos because they view it as being very, very hawkish or very, very risky, things of that nature. Let alone we have, the federal government raising the key interest rate. The last time they did it was by 75 basis points. Who knows what it may be this week? In fact, the FOMC is meeting today, Tuesday, and tomorrow, Wednesday, but this recording may come out on Wednesday. But they may very well have a very hawkish, what they call it in the financial industry, a very hawkish, which means aggressive move in terms of taming that inflation, because the CPI index that came out recently was not what everyone expected. It actually showed an uptick as far as the inflation that we are experiencing, which is not good for our bottom line and our pockets. Now, with that being said, what I wanted us to do is go back over here and look at this chart. Yes, we see that it's been bearish, but I wanted to be honest and state those things to you so that you can know the reasons behind the project seeing a downtrend. Now that we have that out the way, what I want to do is turn our attention to Shiba Inu, because Shiba Inu actually faced similar situations. It faced a lot of FUD early on. People were saying it was a rug pull, XYZ, you name it. Shiba Inu faced it. Now, the reason why I want us to compare Saitama to Shiba Inu in terms of looking where Shiba Inu went, in terms of the pricing, where they kind of started out with and what you would invested in back then and what you would have been worth at this point in time, is because the projects are similar in a sense, that not similar in terms of utility, but similar in a sense of having a strong community. After all, cryptocurrencies are community projects. Shiba Inu is a community project, and Saitama is the same. Now that we understand that, let's look at this. So if you had invested $1,000 into Shiba Inu back on way back on August 1st, 2020, where the price was at all of these Satoshis, 510. I'm not even going to count how many Satoshis that is. I would say if I eyeball it, let's say 3, 6, 9, 9 Satoshis, 510 level. You would have had 1,000, right? Because that's your initial investment. Look at this. The same month, just 30 days later, your investment was cut in half to about $550. Then the next month, the end of the next month, your $1,000 turned into $1.96. It remained $1.96 from September 2020 all the way to December 31st, 2020. So that is September, that's 1 month. October, that's 2 months. November, that's 3 months. December, 4 months. You saw your investment of $1,000 be worth a measly $2. Let's round that to $2. $1.96. $2. $2, guys. $2. I'm keeping it real here, guys, because this is what some of you guys out there that invested in Saitama at the all-time high are feeling. This is what you are feeling right now. But for you to understand where you can go in the future and not to lose hope into this Saitama project, just keeping the faith, we got to break it down for you to understand that it's not just Saitama that has gone through this, but it is also another popular project known as Shiba Inu. Let's continue on, guys. As we march on from December 2020, we head into a new year. We start the year off popping up $19,607.84. Just a month later, guys. So you saw your value of your $1,000 drop all the way to $1.96. It stayed that way for 4 months. Then it jumped to 19,607. It stayed stable at that. And at this point, we're marching on looking at let's see, 3, 6, 7 Satoshis one level at that point. So we went from having 10 zeros all the way down to 7. So we dropped 3 zeros. Okay. Now, as we continue on, that price stays steady at that. Your value remained at $19,600 ish. January 2021, February 2021. And then look what happens. The price jumps up and your $19,600 became $98,000. That, my friends, is the power of hodling. What we call in the crypto industry, hodling, holding on for dear life, meaning that all throughout the ups and downs, the waves, the peaks and troughs, you didn't lose the faith. You held on to your investment. And if you held on, that $1,000 turned into $98,000 and rewarded you for your patience. Remember, I always preach on this channel. I give my twist to what you hear. I forgot his name, is escaping my mind, but what you hear folks say, they say time in the market is more valuable than timing the market. And not only that, patience in the crypto market is basically transferring wealth from the impatient people. These people over here that sold at this level, when that price dropped so low, it gave back 2 zeros. As you can see, it started off here and it gave back 2 zeros, which is why the $1,000 dropped to about $2. Those people that lost the faith, that gave in, that threw in the towel, that knew they had something potentially that could be great, right? They knew they had something. They didn't realize what they had, to be honest. They didn't have any faith. They threw in the towel. They gave in. They didn't hodl. Those people locked in that loss at about $2. Now, you tell me, how do you think they felt when that price went to $19,000? Not only that, how do you think they felt when the price went to nearly $100,000? If they would have just held on, to their position, the $1,000 that they invested in would have turned into almost $100,000. I'm not trying to preach to you guys. I'm just keeping it real, because you know what? There needs to be more people out there just keeping it real, not sugarcoating anything, telling it like it is. Now, we're going to pause here because I have a question on the table for you. The elephant in the room for you to ask yourself is, why did you even get into crypto? If you got into crypto because your friend told you, hey, this is a good project, Saitama's good, go ahead and invest in it, then you got into crypto for the wrong reason. And you are probably one of those individuals that sold out of your position and now fudding the project, because that's how FUD starts. Usually, funding starts from people who invest in crypto projects and then they lock in their losses because they don't know what they're doing or they just lose faith. They're impatient. I'm just going to give them the benefit of the doubt. Just say they know what they're doing, but they're impatient to wait a year, 2, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, whatever. Guess what? In the stock market, you are waiting 10 to 15 years to get a 10% return on your investment or a 20% return when you are seeing a 300x return in a matter of months in crypto. So, that's how FUD starts. People do those things and then they want to get mad at the developers. They want to get mad at the project that they're investing in because it's not giving them their returns fast enough. Or it could be a situation where they over leverage themselves. They over leverage themselves, meaning that they put way more money into investing into the crypto project than what they could have afforded to lose. That's why we preach on this channel, never, 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 never. I'll say it again, never, ever invest more than you can afford or are willing to lose. You know why? Because if you invest what you can afford to lose or you can tolerate to lose, your tolerance of loss, if you put in that threshold or less, then guess what? You don't care about these price fluctuations that we're seeing over here when we look at this. You don't care about that because you know what? You only put in what you can afford to lose. So you wrote it off anyway when you invested it. It's like basically gambling, saying that, hey, I'm gonna invest this, and if it does something in the next couple of years, then that's all good. So be it. You know what? That, my friends, is called hodling. Now, as we continue to march on here, looking at this price, we see that it jumped from 100,000 in March 2021. And the very next month, check this out, it killed 2 more zeros. So we saw the price go from 10 Satoshis, which is 10 zeros, all the way down here to about 5 Satoshis. So 5 zeros. So it killed 5 zeros in the span of August to April. How many months is that? We're not even on, I guess we'll count August because it's August the 1st we're looking at for the purposes of this. So August the 1st, right? August 31st, and I don't count that because it's the same month. September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. 9 months, 9 months. Your $1,000 turned into 3.7 million with an M dollars, just because you had the patience, the faith, and the conviction in what you invested in at that time, which was Shiba Inu. Your $1,000 turned into $3.7 million. Now, let's hasten on here. Now, as we continue on from April to May, just 1 month, guys, that 3 million turns into $17 million. From May to June, the 17 million dipped a little bit to 16 million. And then July dipped to 12 million. And then August, it bounced back to 14 million. September of 2021, it dropped to 13 million. But check this out. October, which is where this chart ends. I know we've progressed more in time and we are in a bear market, so things have changed a little bit. But let's just stick to the facts here of this chart. Your $1,000 investment that you put in on August 1st, 2020, on October 8th, 2021, your $1,000 would have been worth $55.4 million. Man, oh my God. $1,000 that you put in turned into $55.49 million in exactly 1 year and some change. How would you feel? You went from putting in $1,000 into a crypto, and a little bit over a year afterwards, you earned what I call generational wealth. $55 million is generational wealth. Now, there is a difference between being rich and being wealthy. Rich is someone who has money, but they can spend it all and go broke. Wealth is something that can be passed down from generation to generation to generation to generation to generation. That's the definition of what wealth is. I'm not trying to be rich in these crypto streets, and I hope you're not either. I'm trying to be wealthy. You need to say this to yourself. Say, I want to create generational wealth for me and my family. I want you to say it. I'm going to say it one more time because I want you to repeat after me. I want to create generational wealth for me and my family. It starts with you. You are watching this video because you are either interested in crypto or you are invested in crypto. Not just Saitama, not just Shiba, but maybe Dogecoin, maybe Bitcoin, maybe Ethereum, maybe any other cryptocurrency of your choosing. Hey, you like it, I love it. Whatever your choosing is. But the point is, be convicted in your investment. Don't let anybody fudge you out of your investment. Because you know what? I'm not going to let anybody shake me from my investment. I know why I invested in Saitama. I know why I invested in Shiba Inu. I know why I invested in Dogecoin. I know why I invested in Cider Realty. I know why I invested in Lillian Finance. I understand there was a lot of drama that happened with Lillian, or Lily at the time, Lily Finance. And I'm not trying to, dig up old wounds or bring up those things. Everybody makes mistakes. But what is the goal? The goal in crypto is to make money. Making money has no feelings. Making money is black and white. Making money in crypto is having a plan and planning to have the trade. So trading your plan and planning your trade. So I said that backwards. Let me restate it. Plan your trade and trade the plan. That's what crypto is. Tribalism? No. It is good to diversify your portfolio. Now, I highly recommend Saitama as a part of that portfolio. Those developers have proven themselves. Have they had mistakes? Yes, sir, and yes, ma'am. What about other cryptos? Have they had mistakes? Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. So get off the deals of Saitama. Get off their backs. You are only on their backs because you know who they are and you can reach out and touch them and you can talk to them and you can accuse them of whatever you want to do. I'm not making an excuse for them. I'm just saying, do you call up Satoshi Kusama to tell him who is the over Shiba Inu? Do you call him up and say, hey, I am so disappointed in you. I am taking you to court. I am suing you because you took all of our money. No, you're not, because you don't even know who the guy is. That's why you're not. You know what? Either you sell your position or you stay invested in that project and you just deal with it. You know why? Because investing has no feelings. Investing is a chess game. It is being patient. It is being convicted in what you are invested in. It is knowing your why. It is knowing that you, and I hope this is true to say about you, and I'm trusting it is because you're watching our channel. And subscribe to the channel, by the way, because we lay it down, guys. We bring the fire. But I hope you're invested because you know your why and you want to create generational wealth for you and your family. So what did I say all of this for? I said all of this for this reason. We look at this chart and we see what happened. We see the pricing action. We see that. But if I were to bring up a Shiba Inu chart, it would look almost the same. How about that? If I were to bring up a Dogecoin chart, it'll look almost the same. It may not be as drastic of a dip in price after launching, but that's because it's established. Matter of fact, Dogecoin been out since 2013. It's had its time to establish its footing. Shiba Inu been out 2 years. It's had its time to establish its community. Shiba Inu has over 1 million investors. Saitama is scratching the surface. But check this out. Saitama has far more utilities that are live than what Shiba Inu has. No knock against Shiba Inu. Again, this is objective. This is no feelings. I'm removing feelings. I'm being objective. I'm keeping it real, guys. And if you search within your soul, you're going to know that clearly, Saitama is not a rug pull. Them folks could have rugged long ago. And I hate to refer to the developers as them folks, but it's time to be real, guys. It's time to be real. I've been with Saitama since the beginning. So I've been through the ups and downs with you guys. I've seen all the FUD. I've seen all of this stuff. It's nothing new under the sun. You go over there and you ask Shiba Inu. You go ask the Shib army the kind of stuff they've gone through. I bet you they'll tell you the same thing. You go over there and you ask the Dogecoin community what they went through all those years. They said it wasn't even going to reach a cent. Dogecoin reached almost 70 cents. You go ask them folks. And you ask the people that held on and bought Dogecoin when it was way less than a penny and held on and sold at the all-time high, who are now millionaires who have created what I call generational wealth for their family. You go ask them. So We talk about all of this and we bring this conversation home. What does the future hold for Saitama? Well, if you have been honest with yourself and you see this example here, you look back at this example. This is a case study, guys. This is rooted in real, actual, live data that is there. It's history. You can go back and look at it on CoinMarketCap. You can go research it. It's facts. This is not anything made up. No hyperbole, no speculation. In crypto, we like to do a lot of speculation. But guess what? This ain't speculation. This happened. This is history, ladies and gentlemen. What does the future hold for Saitama? I believe the future is very bright for Saitama so long as the developers continue to stick to their promises, continue to deliver what they promised us, which they are doing. And the community continues to get behind the development team and support them. Criticism is okay. It's, honest criticism is okay. And it's healthy because it keeps everyone honest. But one thing I will never, ever do is FUD any of my investments, because you know what? You go and you FUD a project, you best believe someone's going to FUD the project you're invested in. If you don't like what's going on in the project, just sell your position. Just sell it. And why FUD? Just sell your position and be gone. Why invest your time into FUDing a project that you no longer care about? Don't do it. Just move on. Thank y'all so much for putting up with my rant today, but I don't think it was a rant. I think it was a very humble conversation. A meeting of the minds, I'll call it. Conversation that I think needed to be had. And I think the things that I specified today, particularly with this chart here from Shiba Inu, comparing why Saitama will more than likely see a similar fate coming up in the near future. Saitama has so many utilities that have come out in a short amount of time and more to come in the future. And check this out. Saitama went to all-time highs, way high, without any utilities having been released. Once the bull run comes back and Saitama gets listed on centralized exchanges such as Binance, such as Crypto.com, such as all of the other ones, Coinbase, Robinhood. Oh yes, Robinhood is coming. If they know what's up, they coming. All of those centralized exchanges right there, those top tier one exchanges, you best believe Saitama will melt faces. And that's a fact. That is not subjective. That is a fact. And you could take that to the bank. Now, this is not financial advice. Got to say that over and over again. So you can't say, I told you to invest in Saitama. You invest in whatever you want to do. But whatever you invest in, family, invest with a purpose so that you can create generational wealth for you and your family. We'll talk to you guys real soon.